No, I'm not upset, Shlomo. I'm just frustrated. My Eva signed me up for this sensitivity training class in Jerusalem later today. No, I don't think I need sensitivity training. I think you need another tie because it makes your face look chubby. How much time before the show? Sensitivity training. I'm as sensitive as a kitten. Shalom, Eliyokim Cohen, Jews News Briefs. June 5th, 2011, the 3rd of Sivan on the Hebrew calendar. Our new theme song, courtesy of David Dome. Man, you know, we really hit the big time when you have a theme song. Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Jews News, all the same, all very high-rated shows. Alright, anywho, we're here from Jews News World Headquarters. Chaibuy.com, CHAIBUY.com is our sponsor. They're a coupon site in Israel. They have absolutely phenomenal deals. Here with Ralph. We might need him at the beginning because we're going to start off low today, and at the end we're going to have our happy time segment because I'm going to finish off on a high note today because the news from today is revolting, by the way. Grains of Sand, everybody needs to buy this book. Will highlight the true definition of evil that a Jew can stoop to, or many Jews can stoop to. So here's some quotes from today that will shock you. Chop settlers' hands. That's from Ehud Olmert, former Prime Minister. Break their hands and legs, don't be too nice. That's from Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. Let me give you a little insight on what's happened to these two people. Ehud Olmert right now is on trial for one of the most massive corruption charges probably in the history of the world. And Ariel Sharon has been laying in a coma like a vegetable for the last few years. So the moral of the story is, don't mess with the Jews, especially if you're a Jew. Okay? Alright, as usual, let's do a little Jewish history to start off the show. In the year 70 CE, do not say the word AD. That's a Christian thing. Say CE, Common Era. Or just use the Jewish calendar. Alright, Titus and his Roman legions, may God blot out their memory, breached the middle wall of Jerusalem. The siege of Jerusalem was one of the most gruesome and grotesque moments in Jewish history. Women actually ate their own children. There was no food in the city. There was a prophecy in the Torah that when we don't follow the Torah, bad things will happen. One of them being that women would eat their own children. And this was fulfilled about 1,200 years later. So the moral of the story is, we all need to be together because the siege of Jerusalem started, the Roman invading Israel started because of a lack of togetherness of the people. Okay? Alright, our quote of the day is a phenomenal one. Energy is the basis of everything. Every Jew, no matter how insignificant, is engaged in some decisive and immediate pursuit of a goal. It is the most perpetual people on the earth. That's from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, who was a novelist and a poet, and I don't think he was even remotely Jewish. Alright, the Torah tidbit of the day before we dive into one of the most bizarre stories you'll ever hear in your life. Moses sat erect when getting messages from Hashem. He talked to God like two friends talk to each other, which was a stark contrast to the other prophets who literally used to like shudder and almost have seizures when they were getting even partial visions from God. That shows the absolute greatness of Moshe. So that's our Torah tidbit of the day. Alright, here's my top story of the day. I've been discussing on this show that San Francisco and now Santa Monica are trying to ban Brit Milah, trying to ban circumcision. So now, there's a graphic comic book that has been distributed by the Male Genital Mutilation Society or whatever, called Monster Moyle. It's a rabbi that looks like an evil person. He's got the peyote and everything. This is the most anti-Semitic thing I've seen blatantly in public since Nazi Germany. And this is actually going on in a large American city. And the superhero in this is called Foreskin Man. You just have to see this story. I'm going to post it on Jewish News later today, so check it out. Foreskin Man, with its grotesque anti-Semitic imagery and themes, reaches a new low and is disrespectful and deeply offensive. That is a quote from the ADL. People, I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Two big, well-known U.S. cities are trying to ban a 4,000-year-old Jewish custom, not to mention one that the Muslims also engage in. So when your son is born in San Francisco, probably starting in November, there's going to be a problem. I mean, Jews are going to do it anyway, that's a given, but how is San Francisco planning on checking this? Are they going to have, like, I don't know, Gestapo going around to people's homes saying, oh, let me see the penis, let me see the... What is going on here? This is a major U.S. city and two major U.S. cities. You have to see this comic book. Foreskin man, foreskin man. This is... I don't even know what to say about this, so I'm going to stop this article right here. I need to know what you have to say about this, because I want to read these on tomorrow's show. What do you think about Americans putting out a cartoon that has a monster mohel, which is like one of the most blatantly anti-Semitic things you've ever seen? You have to check out this picture. So that's our lead story. It's way too early to use Ralph. I'm in a very good mood this morning. So I want to hear what you have to say. So here's some quotes from Friday's show. The story was, what do you think about Jews actually coming on some of these new Gaza flotillas? One of these quotes was, because they are our brothers and sisters, our fellow Jews, we shouldn't hurt them, but we should capture them, tie them up, and read every word of Torah to them. I thought that was a good one. Self-hating Jewish liberals, we are our own worst enemies. They will never wake up. They are in desperate need to be liked and accepted, which I thought was an absolute amazing quote. So please write in, what do you think of Monster Oil and Foreskin Man? And I'll read these on tomorrow's show. And you can say whatever you want. I don't edit or censor anything on this show. Just don't swear. Anything you want to say, I will be more than happy to read. Alright, so in other things that affect America, Israel is apparently going to be a very, very large topic of debate for the 2012 elections. Mitt Romney announced he was going to run for president. One of the first things that he talked about was Obama's absolutely pathetic treatment of Israel, an ally. He pretty much said that Obama throws us under the bus, and, Jews are going to come front and center in this next election, because anyone that thinks that there's a differentiation between Israel and the Jewish people is missing the boat, and you're a complete idiot, because Israel is the Jewish homeland, and what happens in Israel affects every Jew all over the world. That's been proven time and time again. So stay tuned, because Israel, the Jewish people, are going to take center stage in the 2012 elections, and this is not going to be a good thing no matter who wins. It's going to stir up a lot of animosity towards the Jews, and I've already told you about Foreskin Man. You just need to leave America. You only have one home, and it's in Israel. Alright, so sort of what happened on Friday's show when I talked about Jews trying to come and and break our blockade of Gaza on the flotilla. Yesterday, on Shabbat, nonetheless, thousands of left-wing, pathetically idiotic protesters marched and protested on Shabbat, nonetheless, which is you're not able to do, with Muslims. And they were saying that not only do they want a Palestinian state, but they want it on 1967 borders, which was never a border. It was just an armistice line. Learn a little bit of history. So you have these pathetic, disgusting, liberal Jews standing next to, Mahmoud and, Ishmael, who have openly said that they don't just want 1967 borders, they want the whole kit and caboodle, whatever that means. And some of their quotes were, Netanyahu says no, but we say yes to a Palestinian state. Then there was this other idiot from Poland who said that, she came to Israel because it was the Jewish homeland, but now she wants the Palestinians to have their own homeland. The quotes, the signs, the posters, the act itself is laughable. Seeing Jews that live in a place that if the Palestinians, quote-unquote, ever do get a state, they'll be down in a little valley as the Palestinians are up on this hill 9 miles away with nothing preventing them from shooting rockets into their city, just like they're doing from Gaza into the Gaza border communities. How these stupid, pathetic idiots can't see this is beyond me. And I'd like to move on before I slip out! Okay, the Palestinian Authority, quote-unquote, prays embraces Hussein Obama's decision not to move the embassy, the U.S. embassy, to Jerusalem. Right now it's in Tel Aviv. Congress passed a bill that they have to do this, but every president since, who knows who, maybe Reagan or Bush or Clinton, whatever, has invoked the national security, loophole in this to keep it in Tel Aviv, which is an absolute disgrace. Many presidents, including George Bush, said if they get elected, they're going to move the embassy to Jerusalem. That has never happened. Alright, so here's our little insanity quote of the day. Ahmadinejad is saying that there will be no tranquility in the Middle East as long as Israel continues to exist. Let's flip on to my next article. There was Bloody Friday in Syria. Syria, again, just started massacring their own people. They were firing from rooftops on demonstrators. I saw scores of people falling in Assi Square and streets and alleyways breaking out. Blood was everywhere. Does this Syria riot have anything to do with Israel? Does, what happened in Pakistan when they just blew up people? Iraq? Does any of these bloodshed in any of these Muslim countries have anything to do with Israel? No. Israel has nothing to do with the fact that Muslims hate each other almost as much as they hate the Jewish people. So, wake up. It has nothing to do with Israel. Oh, shalom. Hi, Ima. Shabbat tov to you too. I had a great Shabbat. Mom, I don't need to write thank you notes to people whose homes I've been to like 60 times. This isn't a bar mitzvah. I don't want to go out and get stationery. Fine. Can I don't even know how to write in cursive anymore. I haven't done it since 3rd grade. Fine, I'll learn. Anything for you, Ima. Okay, I love you. Where was I? Bloodshed has nothing to do with the Jewish people or Israel. Muslims are insane. The Torah describes them as human-like animals. That's the exact lashon that they use. So wake up. Israel's not the problem. It's never been the problem. It will never be the problem. Alright, so the U.S. is planning to offer Turkey a major role in Middle East talks if they just stop the flotilla. Do you see how stupid this is? That America is just offering a country that hates us right now, that literally just detests us right now, a major role, and I'm so sick of America. I absolutely hate the United States of America. I hate their government, I hate their policies, they're the biggest enemy of the Jewish people. I hope people wake up to that. And if you think that I'm lying, wait to see what happens in the next upcoming years, because every Rav and Kabbalist on earth says bad things are going to happen because Jews are not supposed to be in America. The end game is that every Jew comes here, and how do you think that's going to happen? Just like it did everywhere else, they're going to be forced out. Alright, so Palestinians are apparently, quote unquote, they're canceling Naksa Day, the border march to Israel. I sort of almost wish that it did happen because I was sort of eager to see Israel's response to this, although I'm sure it was going to be quite pathetic. Noam Chomsky, who's Jewish and is the most anti-Jewish person on earth, just received a Peace Prize, more lunacy in the world. Alright, so here's our Happy Time segment. Okay. Teva, who is Israel's monster drug company, is reporting success in lymphoma trials. I got an email from my friend this morning who actually has leukemia, and she was ecstatic. I was so happy for her. So Israel has pretty much found a way, B'ezrat Hashem, to cure lymphoma. And the rest of the world is going to need this. And if I was Prime Minister, I would say, you know what? You want this? You might start treating us a little bit nicer. No flotillas, we're cutting off drugs to you, all these things. We have things that the rest of the world cannot live without, and it's time we start using that as leverage. And in more Happy Time news, Israel actually allowed Jews entry onto the Temple Mount on Yom Yerushalayim to say the priestly blessing. I'm a Cohen, I say the priestly blessing every morning. It was said on the Temple Mount, which spiritually has implications that are unimaginable. This is a wonderful, amazing thing for Israel and the Jewish people, and that is our Happy Time segment for today. Please keep sharing the show. We're getting over 1,000 hits a day now, just on YouTube, probably many more on Facebook. We really want the show to be huge. So keep sharing, keep commenting. Any article you want me to say, just email me, I'll say it on the show, because remember, it's not news unless it's Jews news. Shalom.